Happy Wednesday, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We're gonna watch Brightburn trailer numero dos. I was on my way to the gym and then suddenly this trailer came out and I was like, oh snap, I should rush back home. I loved the first trailer. Let's just go right into it, you know? Yeah, we have a Patreon, we always say that. But you know what I want to say today? I've been listening to this podcast called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Conan O'Brien, the talk show host, has started up a podcast. This ain't a product placement or anything like that at all. I just listen to it at night now, like an episode like once or twice a week, and it just makes me feel so good, and it's a great way to relax. So if you guys are looking for a fun podcast to relax to, highly recommend Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. There's some videos on YouTube. You could access it on iTunes or the podcast on iPhone. I know, why is Greg talking about this? I just wanted to share something positive.
That shot.
Mom, who am I? You are a gift.
You're a fucking curse.
That you came here for a reason. I know it's been difficult for you lately, but you feel different from other kids.
Aw.
You are different.
Okay, go get my hand up.
He's a creep.
Help him up.
Oh no!
What are you doing?
I'm so scared for these kids.
I was your mother. Let's go.
Oh, she crazy too.
Maybe there is something wrong with Brandon.
Whoa.
Cool.
Turn against our son.
It is not our son.
My nipples are so hard right now.
He's messing with me.
Ew. Oh. No. Oh.
This poor woman, why is she suffering so much?
I know. What does she do?
Is she the mother of that kid?
Ah.
Something wrong?
Boy around by chance.
You're one of the only people in the world that knows how special I am.
There are believed to be no survivors among the 260.
It's even in Kansas too. I didn't realize that.
Oh, Badger.
Nope. Woo.
Inside you.
Ew. Ah.
Oh my goodness.
I want to do good, Mom. I do.
How's this movie gonna end? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a spin on Superman, I mean, if people were wondering that enough as it is, I saw the news report, Brightburn, Kansas. I was like, oh, this is so Superman. And,
yeah, seriously.
if this is a spin on that, I'm like, he's got to have some kind of kryptonite then, right?
I
Like
would
that has to
imagine.
be the one solution
He
to
has
the
to
problem.
have some sort of weakness. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as much as like eye injury stuff can be kind of a cheap horror gimmick, it still always gets to me every single time. You know?
Yeah, when they go all the way and commit to it.
Because they put that in trailers a lot. I'm surprised by how much they get away with the self eye gouging or something happening to someone's eye in horror movie trailers. Like in just the trailers, they constantly like throw that in there.
I think a little goes a very long way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this looks horrifying.
I mean, I felt like I got a little bit of the sense of the Gunn humor in the one moment where the guy was by the truck.
Oh.
And he was looking at the kid from afar. And he was like, nope.
Yeah. That sort of like real human reaction in the face of something really off the wall.
Like, nope, can't deal with that. Nope, no. You know?
Well, yeah, because like this whole scenario is like that. Because if it's like a child and they're evil, it's like, what do you do? Because at a certain point, you know, you can't. I don't know. There's such a barrier between you and the rest of the world.
I was half hoping that I mean this still looks like great to me, and even though this trailer especially, no more trailers, please.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna feel like I have to cover it. That I hope there's no more trailers because I feel like they have shown quite a lot of the movie, and I was already way sold the first time around.
Well,
But I do kind of wish, like as effective as that is, and it makes sense that he'd be bullied for being an outsider and being kind of a weirder in a small town, like like that. The idea of him being bullied, it isn't something that's far-fetched.
No.
However, I kind of wish that there's one part of it. It's like I wish he just sort of snapped and became evil, as opposed to he's bullied. Makes sense why he's turning on everyone.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. However, that's just like a little nitpick on the storyline. I feel like the rest of it's still very, very effective.
Well, and you never know. Maybe in the movie they'll hint that there's something off about this kid from the very beginning, and all it's gonna need is a little push or something like that.
Yeah, and Elizabeth Banks, I feel like is going to be great in this film. I mean, she's always in both trailers. She's kind of just like here in the beginning and a little here in the end,
Yeah.
But it's very evident that besides the kid, she's the main character.
It looks like she's gonna be the Emily Blunt of this movie.
yeah. When she's like, I'm his real mother. Like that moment right there, she's gonna have easily the most inner conflict to deal with on this side of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, and I wonder ultimately what kind of movie this is going to turn out to be, just because I feel like the premise is very straightforward, and this trailer adds a little bit, of new footage and whatnot, but it doesn't really like recontextualize the story in a major way. So I feel like at the core, this is probably a very straightforward thing. So I wonder if there are any surprises that they aren't showing us or anything like that, because I feel like, the premise, you just kind of take it and go.
Well, the surprise is it's connected to Guardians of the Galaxy.
There you go.
This is the actual script for Guardians 3 that was going around, and then Gunn took it to Sony Pictures and said, we're doing it here, guys.
Yeah, we're going to totally mess up their whole phase 4 with this one.
But the effects look cool. The shots in here look great. There's a lot of style to be had here. But it even looks like that he starts terrorizing his mom later on in the thing. Because even though you get that one final sting where he's zipping around and going, but it's like I imagine that maybe towards the end he's even become, maybe you start to see more of the human side of this kid, like the emotional side of, because I'm like, why the fuck is he thrashing that house? So maybe he's like conflicted on what to do with his mom. Should he or should he not kill her? I'm hoping this movie goes full out, even though I haven't experienced the journey of the movie. I'm half hoping that it goes full out and kills Elizabeth Banks. Just because in most movies, that wouldn't happen. Like the dad would get killed, but not Elizabeth Banks. But I'm hoping Elizabeth Banks gets killed in this movie. That would be that would be nice. That'd be a nice turn of events.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I mean, and that could be a compelling central conflict, is the ultimate, like, maybe even mom just can't get through to the boy. Or maybe she succumbs to everybody else's paranoia and he just is like, nah.
Or maybe it's going to have one of those weird twist horror endings where she's like, kill them all. Murder everyone in Brightburn. Burn it down.
Do it, mommy. Kill him, mommy.
Like something like that. They walk away holding hands.
Jason meets Superman. There you go.
I really think it's got to be one of those two endings. They're both terrible ideas on my end, but it has to be one of those two.
Hell yeah.
Before we wrap this video up, I would like to give a page of the day shout out to a man named Derek Mitchell. Derek Mitchell is such a cool guy, and to shout him out on Brightburn only makes the most of sense. You see, because Derek and I, my girlfriend's not going to be happy to hear this. I had an affair, baby, with Derek Mitchell. And ever since then, my penis has been experiencing quite the Brightburn.
You should have worn protection.
Well, I did. But apparently whatever is inside of Derek is so strong. I went to the clinic. I got tested.
Oof.
They said I have something, because something's happening down there, and I don't know what.
I've never seen anything like it before.
That's why I told my girl, like, turn the lights off last night. We shut down all the power in the building just so we could do it, just so she wouldn't notice. Because, Derek, you've done something to me, man. I'm morphing into something. It's like a freaking body horror movie down here. It's awful. What did you give me? It's spreading. Without me even having to do sexual things with other people. It's just spreading everywhere. Do not sleep with Derek Mitchell.
No.
Although it was really good when we like the actual activity was really good. Just the end result, the guilt, and also the physical effects have just not been pleasant.
I haven't been able to sleep since. You guys are really loud.
Yeah. This was only yesterday, too.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Very fresh in my mind.
Anyway, thanks, Derek, for being part of our Patreon page still. It's the one way you can make up to us. Subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell. What do you think of Brightburn? And check us out on Patreon.